Can I be serious? Just pick one.
Well, it's difficult.
They're the same.
Yeah, well, it's still difficult.
Just hurry up. You left the tennis on in the other room and I'm missing it.
Alright. Well, that one. No, that one. Welcome to Strategy Battle Games to our GBHL YouTube video. You're here with your host GBHL Damian
And GBHL Tom.
and we are here with episode 35 of
The Palantir.
Oh yes.
Oh yes.
Oh yes.
35.
35. It's nearly as old as me. Indeed, we are here with another episode of The Palantir. And as ever, everything we're about to say for the next hour or so is only our own views and opinions. It was opinions or views. You know, I forgot
yeah,
what last week. It was views or opinions.
Choked.
I can't remember. I did choke. Chronic choking, a bit like Anderson. They do not represent the views of the GBHL podcast or the Great British Hobby League or any formal body or institution such as Harrods Horticultural. I'd also like to say a special, that's a good one, obscure one.
Alliteration
Yeah.
there as well.
I'd also like to say a special thanks to Axel39 for giving me a very long list of companies to choose from for who we don't represent. You said that probably wasn't worth your time. Probably not. We probably agree, but thank you, Ryan.
Thank you for starting off the infinite list.
Yeah, thank you for the long list of companies. If any of you out there would like have got a suggestion for a company you'd like to hear me say that we're not thingied with, then please stick in the comment section with all the other rubbish. So there we go.
Hopefully we'll give you something more tangible to talk
Probably
to
buy
put
a
in the
friend or
comments.
something. Yeah,
Toast?
yeah, indeed. On we go. Ooh, oh,
We've
what,
not come
what
in
is this?
We've not come in with the.
Oh, we've both chosen.
Yeah,
we're at the point now where we're having two cups before the thing.
Yeah.
So I'm on a little Jurassic Park, still feeling Jurassic World love.
Yeah, and I'm still on the They Have a Cave Troll.
Bit of Ryan's cup there.
Mm-hmm.
And who was the tea toast?
Last week it was to Lily.
To Lily, because
Because-
James Braun choked.
Yeah.
Terrible.
Yeah. He said, oh well, I'll do it this week. It's too late.
Yes, no, I can't do that. That's not how it works. We don't make up the rules.
So yeah, Lily has passed it on to Callum Edens.
Callum Edens. There you go, mate. Thank you very
Yeah.
much, Lily, for watching the whole of the show and putting it in the comment section as you're meant to. And here's to you, Callum.
So yeah, Callum lives in Vista with Lily and I. So
With you two.
well, not with us. He
Three
lives
of
down
you
the road.
in a modern relationship.
Yeah, if you go on the Great British Hobbit League People Finder, we're like the only. Me, Lily, and Callum are the only three people in a huge radius around Vista.
Sometimes you you invite him and Josie over and not me, don't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, that was on your birthday you did that, didn't
Yeah.
you? You had a nice meal together.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was free. But it's okay.
Yeah, you said you were going to come over on Friday.
No, mate. Got plans.
Did he?
No. It's fine.
So yeah, Callum, amazingly, given I guess how few people do the hobby, lives within walking distance of my house.
He moved to be near
Yeah.
you.
Well, by chance we ended up moving to pretty much the same spot.
It's Bicester. If you love SBG and outlet centres, then Bicester's the place for you.
Yeah. Callum has an amazing man shed, where his shed is literally the gaming room. Has a gaming table in there, it has a painting table, it has shelves for the models, it has his replica swords up, has a glass figure cabinet.
Does it not get
Very
cobwebby?
Uh,
I always
it's a
thought,
proper shed though, it's not like a...
is it like a summer house?
Yeah.
More than a shed?
Yeah.
Because I would have thought, like, you know, the shed's going to let
Yeah.
the bugs in and stuff, which I'd be worried about.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know, because
He does
Not
have
been
some
invited.
giant spiders in there,
yeah, well, that sort of thing. That's going to do it, isn't it?
led by Ashrak.
Oh, I see. Oh, it's good. Oh, it's strong. It's a strong start from Harrison this week. Oh, that is good. I like that. Can keep that one.
Yeah.
Shall we onwards?
Yes, we shall onwards, and we might talk about Ashrak later.
Oh.
Pause now and comment below if you know why.
I don't know why.
Do you?
Oh yeah, I know. Yeah.
Oh dear. Okay, so yeah, trivia.
Trivia
Trivia.
section.
So we had a bit of a boo boo a couple of weeks ago and didn't give a trivia question, but I think we've come up with a good trivia question for last week.
For last week, the one we
was
asked.
strong.
Yeah.
Lots of people got involved.
Yeah, thank you this week for your comments. I think we had 47 comments this week. Well done, that was fun to go through. We are, of course, joking. We massively appreciate you all getting involved.
Yeah.
It's a big, big help. And that was, I think Billy and Larry were MIA this week as well.
Yeah,
they're long
were
comments.
they?
What are you up to, guys?
Maybe they just couldn't answer the trivia question, so just like that.
So, my trivia question? Yours is better. Let's start with mine, because yours is better.
Yeah.
So, my trivia question was, in The Lord of the Rings, if you counted up every time a character was named, and you got a top 10 list of most named characters in The Lord of the Rings, 10 of them, and the top 10, sorry, 8 of them were from the Fellowship.
Yeah.
And my question was, who are the other two?
Was Barlam and Butterbill one?
Barlam and Barlam was not. So who are the kind of two characters in The Lord of the Rings who are named more than one member of the Fellowship? Ooh, and it sounds a bit tricky. So, Tom, let's start. Who's the member of the Fellowship who is outside the top 10? Boromir.
Because he dies.
Yeah.
Spoilers.
So yeah, he obviously his like mentions. You know, bear in mind he's not.
He's only in the half.
He's in half, and then he obviously drops off.
Half of the Fellowship.
Although I think Denethor mentions a few times. Goes, Boromir, you would have been loyal to me. Goddamn wizards, shake out. That's Ian McKellen doing John Noble.
Yeah.
Of course it wasn't. I can't do that. That's your. Can you do Ian McKellen doing John Noble doing?
Not now.
No. All right, I'll give you time to
maybe a
practice.
sketch next week.
So yeah, that's it. But which two characters make it into the top 10? And I think
there's a few contenders.
Yeah, I think one of them's quite surprising.
Yeah,
I thought.
Well,
I thought. So who were common wrong answers? Should we start
common
with that?
wrong answers. Lots of people said Elrond.
Yeah, Elrond. No, I mean he's barely in it. What are you talking about?
I think quite a few people said Saruman or Sauron.
Sauron and Saruman both got. I thought Sauron was a good shout.
Yeah.
But no.
Yeah.
Quite high up, I believe.
Yeah, they're both reasonably high up. Who else got a good shot? Lots of people
Faramir.
said Theoden, Faramir,
Denethor,
those sort of characters. Yeah.
But no.
None
The
of them.
one I think is relatively obvious is Gollum.
Yeah.
/ Smeagol.
Yeah.
That counts in their list. That counts as one person. It's not two characters.
I mean, they're not two characters.
Exactly. It's the same entity, isn't it? But obviously, the reason he's mentioned so much is because he's always talking to himself.
Yeah.
So there you go. Just right. So he must catch up. You know, right, like way into Two Towers. Catch up. And who fills out the top 10, Tom?
And this is because there's a lot of padding at the start, and because we have the Council of Elrond as well.
Yeah.
It's Bilbo Baggins.
Bilbo in the Lord of the Rings is one
Yeah.
of the 10. Was he 9? Can't remember.
9th or 10th, yeah.
But he's in the top 10 most mentioned characters, as Tom says, largely because of all the stuff at the start.
Yeah.
So there you go. So the correct answer to my question was Bilbo and Gollum or Smeagol.
And who can get themselves a Frodo? It is Wobchicka, Alistair King, Jamie Giblin, David Whittaker, Samuel Taylor and Chris Dunn all have the chance to go and buy themselves a Frodo.
Enjoy that chance, please do.
And who put a picture up? Was it Ian Marley of a caramel Frodo?
A Taz. It was a Taz.
Yeah, but then there's now a...
Yeah. You can, that's allowed.
Yeah.
Yeah. As long as it's frog shaped.
Yeah. There are a couple of interesting answers from Davey and Ross Diggle.
Dave Egan gave a fantastic answer that deserves a mention, which was Indominus Rex and Tyrannosaurus Rex, which is sadly incorrect, but I love your thinking. I've seen it again since last week. It's still good. And Ross Diggle
You've
said...
seen it again?
Yeah, with you.
Oh yeah, but I thought you meant another time.
No.
Okay.
Because I've seen it again since the last episode of Palantir, but I've not seen it again since we recorded the last episode of Palantir. Such is the tricksiness of the schedule. Yeah. And Ross Diggle also said brilliantly, Sauron and Saruman respectively, unless it's the other way around, and then I meant that way. And whichever way you meant it, both wrong. Yeah. So yeah, well done to you 5. And so we got on to Tom's question.
Yeah, so
which was devious.
Yeah, my question was who, with 40 mentions, was 40th in the list? And we gave a slight clue in that we said we'd be very shocked if someone got it, which is a clue in that you wouldn't. Maybe it's someone who's a bit more out there.
There was a lot of people. There was a lot of guesses for that. There were some good guesses, but there was a lot that were way under. Like people guessing things like Theoden, Denethor.
Yeah.
For that, and they're more like
Yeah,
teens and 20s, aren't they? On the top 10 list.
The
top 50 list.
Theoden's up for. Oh yeah, where they are
Yeah.
in position. Yeah,
Yeah.
not mentioned. Yeah, they're more like top 20. Yeah, top.
So they're a
25.
fair way down.
Mm-hmm.
And one that I find very interesting is Gloin,
Mm.
because he's around that, isn't he?
Mm-hmm.
He's about 46 or something.
Yeah, just
because they keep
Gimli,
saying Gimli,
son of
son of Gloin.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you're in that kind of area. That's the kind of.
There's another wonderful one who's near to 40th.
Who's that?
Helm.
Yeah, Helm Hammerhand. Yeah,
It's
he's in
like
there.
just because of Helm's Deep, just keeps getting mentioned.
Arvidway's in the top 50.
Yeah. So there's some weird ones.
Yeah.
But who is 40th? Now we had a load of guesses on this, and yeah, I mean, to be fair, it looked like they were all guesses.
Yeah.
Doom Buddy went for Sam's old gaffer because Sam never shuts up about him.
In which case you wouldn't be 40th.
He'd be top 10.
I love you. I love the.
Yeah.
I love the intent behind it. But if he never shuts up about me, he'll be higher than 40.
Yeah. But we did have one correct answer.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One person got it right. And there might be some subconscious thinking here, because the person who got it right, their YouTube profile picture is the character.
Was it Dr. Grant? And
No, it's not Dr. Grant. And it's not the GBHL podcast logo.
Who was it?
It was Dave Egan.
Dave Egan.
And he went for Thorin Oakenshield.
Thorin from The
40th.
Hobbit.
Yeah.
Would you Adam and Eve? Is the 40th most named character in Lord
Which
of
is
the Rings.
amazing.
I don't know when. Presumably at the Council of Elrond we think there's a lot.
Just storytelling from various
Storytelling,
people when Bilbo went up.
I was also thinking like in Moray you've got Thorin gave him a
Mithril coat. Yeah,
so
I
there's
think
one.
Yeah, there's one.
But so Thorin, and we thought that was a cool answer because it
Yeah.
ties in with the Hobbit and everything. So
Mhm.
that was the correct answer.
Well done, Dave Egan. You can get yourself a Freddo.
Unfortunately, he choked on the other answer, so he doesn't win the chance to buy himself a bonus.
No.
Freddo.
So no one gets the bonus Freddo, so it rolls over to next week.
However, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7 Freddos are available to the winners this week to go out and get them. So be sure. Yeah, well, 6 got.
Oh yeah,
6
the
got
people
mine
who got them
right.
right.
One
Yeah,
got
yeah,
yours
yeah,
right.
yeah.
So be sure to buy your Freddos and put the pictures on the group as part of this week's The Freddoing
off Facebook. Yeah.
as always.
And those who are getting one through Jamie's Patreon as well, they should be coming
Oh yeah,
this week
absolutely.
if Jamie's got them now.
Yeah.
So
I think you're starting to post them out.
the Great British Hobbit League Facebook page should be
Yeah,
awash
yeah,
with Freddos.
You're all very welcome.
Can we have it so that 50% of all posts are Freddo
I
based?
think we can do that. I've got a load of Freddos, I can do it.
Talking of Freddo based stuff, well, not talking of Freddo based stuff, but something that somebody. No, where's the chap who said it? In the comments, because we're moving on to comments.
Obviously, straight jump ahead there.
Yeah.
Crazy fool.
No, because we'll forget the trivia question. I'll come back. I've
Oh,
done this
yeah,
before.
did it again.
I've done this before.
We'll have to go back inside your
Your
subconscious.
subconscious. Barry O'Neill would have approved.
Yeah.
Trivia questions.
Oh, I don't know.
Trivia questions. Damien, what is your trivia question?
My
this
trivia
week?
question is, I'm going to actually read to you a story. I don't know if you've ever heard this before. It's called The Hobbit.
Illustrated by Alan Lee.
Obs. It's a nice version. When Emma had never read The Hobbit when we got together, and she said, "I'll read it." And this is my posh version. It's the,
Yeah,
it's the
I'm
50th anniversary.
trying to think if you've told this story on the Palantir before, just to me.
Maybe I have. And she said that she was only going to read it if she got to read this version, which had never been read
Strong
before.
choice. You don't want to read the Lord of the Rings version of that though, because it's bloody heavy.
So, what I'm going to do is turn to the very back page. Suffice to say, you are not allowed to turn to the very back page. And the final sentence is Bilbo talking to Gandalf. And Bilbo says, "Thank goodness," said Bilbo laughing, and handed him the
end.
what? What does Bilbo hand to Gandalf in the
Can I have
last...
3 guesses?
What? You must give us 3.
Yeah.
In the last...
Word of the Hobbit.
Word. In the last bit of
With
the
the
Hobbit.
Hobbit.
Yeah. How does the Hobbit conclude? What does Bilbo hand to Gandalf?
End. The end.
End.
Yeah. No?
No.
The One Ring.
No. One more guess.
String or nothing.
2 guesses at once. Both wrong.
Very good. Cool. A
So
tea toast. A tea toast.
What?
A tea toast. You could have handed him a tea toast.
Yeah, alright. But it didn't, did it?
No. Anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Good question.
Mm.
Strong.
Thanks. It's better than yours.
Yeah, my question is a little out there.
I don't think this is a question as much as a test.
Now you might think that it sounds a little odd to start with, as Damian did when I said that this was going to be my question. But what I want, in order, is the 3 good heroes who can be bought, in terms of when you add their options and everything like that, they can be bought for a prime number of points. And I want the 3 most expensive versions of heroes that could be bought with a prime number of points.
Yeah. So the top 3.
Top 3 models.
So the most expensive prime numbered hero
Yes.
cost, and then 2 and 3.
Yeah.
So there you go. There's your homework for this week.
Without looking it up.
Yeah, obviously without looking.
No, to be fair, if you don't know what a prime number is, you can look that up.
Oh, you're allowed to look that up?
I think you can
Okay.
look up a prime number.
I was going to, what percentage of our readership, of our viewership do you think a solid good prime number?
But yeah, maybe that one's a bit for Owen, that question.
So there you go. There you go. The top 3 most expensive prime numbered heroes. And you're saying you can add war gear to them?
Yeah, you can add war gear to them, and if you can use the same hero and add different war gear to get to the same result, that doesn't. It's still just one of them.
Yeah.
You can't include them twice.
So there you go. Well done. You're right. We did very nearly race on without the trivia again.
Yeah.
Good work. So there we go.
Yeah.
Shall we talk about some tournaments?
Yes, the news.
Indeed, because this weekend just gone was the awkward taking of Smaug,
Wow.
JT's event, which seemed to have been a great success. Haven't heard too many stories from it, but there seems to be some great photos.
Yeah.
And congratulations to Mr. Edward Ball, who managed to win the Smaug.
Mm.
And it was also notable for the fact that Jay Clare brought Smaug to the event.
The first ever time.
First time in forever that there'd been a dragon.
He came second, so I don't know if I think he may have won every game and lost out on victory points.
Yeah. So there we go, we have seen Smaug in the wild. But next up, there is the Sutton.
Yes.
Yeah?
Yes.
Yeah. Ed and Owen's tournament in Sutton. The
Yeah. No.
Battle of Unnumbered Tears, or the Nashscour Desolation,
Yeah.
blah 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 blah.
Yeah,
blah.
yeah.
But that is, when's that? 26 and 25th and 26th?
Yeah, something like that.
So do go and check that out. I unfortunately can't make that one. You're going to it?
Yes, I'm going.
First tournament you're going to without me?
Yeah,
So
ever.
I'll have to give you a pat lunch.
I'll have to take my hanky.
I have to just set a bunch of alarms on your phones that keep you awake until about 2 AM.
Yes, because it'll be brilliant. I can get to bed early.
So yeah, go along and check out that.
Mm-hmm.
Then shortly after that is it Preston?
Yes. We've come very prepared for this.
Yeah. I think it's Preston after
I'll
that.
check.
I can't just remember, but the Preston's either that one or the third one, and that is Charles Sims' tournament.
Yes.
Yeah, it's Preston.
No, I'm just saying yes. It's
Which is a 600 point tournament. Single army. So you go look at that one. What Charles didn't run. He didn't run a tournament in Preston last year, but he ran one the year before.
Yeah,
which
the prize
this man
for it.
won. Oh, it's Sting, isn't it?
Yeah.
If
If enough
it's
people
Gavin,
go.
if enough people go, which is pretty cool. So make sure you sign up for that.
Yeah, and then the one after that is
Long one.
yeah, on the August bank holiday weekend.
So yeah, the third one from now, it's quite some way off, about 7 weeks away, so you'll get quite bored of hearing this, is the Longbottom Carnival, which is an absolute highlight of the hobby calendar and is the longest running independent tournament on the scene.
Yeah.
It's always a brilliant laugh. Gets huge numbers. Get lots of guys that come in from overseas, and that is in Titans Wargamers at Wembley Way, Finchley.
Yeah.
So
we usually get a good Dutch crowd for that one.
And so if it would be up there definitely in my, I don't know, top 1 or 2 tournaments to go to.
I like that. It'd be in my top 1.
It might be my top 1. If I had to recommend them go to one tournament, it might be that. But it's definitely out there. Chris and Damian putting on an awesome show, so get yourselves along to that.
Do indeed.
Cool.
Cool. So those are the 3 coming up. That is the news. There's no Age of Sigmar, but that's not us.
It's not really us.
No.
We can talk, let us know if you want us to talk about Age of Sigmar. It's a fairly big deal for Games Workshop. If you want us to do it as a discussion topic, we can, about what its ramifications mean and what we think of the idea about it.
Yeah,
but
it'll mainly be him talking.
yeah, I don't know if
given that he knows Warhammer.
I don't know if it's for this show.
So that is the news. Okay, so what did we talk about last week, Damian?
Last week we talked about a few things. We talked about Marmite models.
We did.
Models people either love or hate. We talked about the future of the game.
We did.
Geared towards how to get new players into it. And we talked about, briefly, models we blamed.
Yeah.
Do you blame models rather than blaming yourself or blaming the dice?
Yeah. And Datathon 39 had a great comment on the blaming models piece, going back to the Battle Company series. No one would want to include Murtal in their dwarf army.
It's true. So everyone's cursed Murtal. It's nothing to do with the dice.
But you need, what was your one called?
Burno was one of the...
The other one, there was another one.
Namad the Terrible.
Yeah. Wasn't he really good? There was one.
He was the Wild Marauder.
Yeah.
And then Burno was a Warg.
Yeah.
And both of them, people were like 9 weeks in and go, oh! And probably someone now is going, oh, burn, burn. It just
mad.
You can work on it.
Mad Damian.
Massive spoilers, by the way. All the goblins were actually just anagrams of Giblin. I know, it's blowing your mind
if
right
you've not watched the Battle Company series, it's one of the finest productions on this channel, which
is a huge praise
given
indeed.
that we're talking, it's probably not great praise, but it is fantastic. Go and watch it.
It is.
Also, that's a good plug for us to get views.
Yeah.
Jamie likes us to nudge people in the direction of videos.
Go and watch all the other videos. Twice.
And comment.
You haven't seen them, so you've seen them twice.
Comment below saying, I've seen it twice now.
Do you know what that was a tagline for?
Do
you know what that was a tagline for? You do know.
Say it again.
You haven't seen it till you've seen it twice. It was Jurassic Park, Tom.
Was it?
Yeah, in a surprising twist.
Was it?
Yeah. It was like, I remember the being, what else was it ever going to be?
I don't know.
I remember there was an advert on TV.
You like some awful films.
There was an advert on TV just after it had been out for a month, and they went, God, this has made billions and billions and billions of dollars. How can we make more? It was just the car going through the gates. And I went, Jurassic Park. You haven't seen it till you've seen it twice. Do you know what? It worked. I was like, my God, I must go again.
You're like, I must go for the 50th
Mom,
time.
I have not seen it, apparently. But yeah, there you go.
He also says that Dwalin always boshes for him.
Oh yeah, that was old Dwalin. He said his defence 6 is a bit of a problem. I've had that. When me and Billy were playing with him at the doubles tournament, we were playing Jay and Steve, and he had a guy in front of him, and it was like 2 Lake Town bowmen got through the guy and killed Dwalin, and he fated with 1, and Billy did his fate. And I was like, look, he's got all his might, Billy, anything but 1. And we go, well, that was stupid, just do his other one, anything but 1. Dwalin dead with 2 might. I'm like, what was that? And he is a little fragile.
It is if you roll double 1s all the time.
But even, yeah, 2 fate 2 and defence 6, he's a bit fragile, I think.
Dave Egan said he's gone off Barlin from Thorin's company and Marden from Duran's folk.
Because they've done so badly too.
Yeah. And he also says that Gimli and Thorin are hit and miss. But he still uses them because he loves the characters.
So he must really love Thorin.
Yeah.
And you've got Thorin to thank for getting yourself a chance to buy a friend.
So anyway, those were the comments on blaming models. Marmite models.
Yep.
So I said that I hated the old Solardan, but David Whittaker loves it. When he said most people hate it, so maybe, I don't know.
I think he liked he thought it was a bit warhammery. He liked the aesthetic.
But he said that he hates the Guard of the Glathrin Court and Rumel, that he says that he thinks that usually people like.
Yeah. That's, I don't know how I feel about that. They're great models.
I think the Glathrin Court are great models.
Yeah. I think they're quite Lord of the Rings as well. They're quite subtle.
The Rumel...
But then this is the point.
Yeah.
You're not wrong. I mean, you're a bit wrong.
I think Rumel would be better without a helmet. I think he'd look cooler perhaps. Without a helmet.
Yeah. But this is the point, that they're exactly the same models and we're both holding them and seeing something different. And that's crazy.
Yeah. David Reed likes the metal Howard film.
purely for the aesthetic.
I think I was listing them all, being like, hate it.
He does indeed. But he likes that aesthetic of the watches and the...
quite a lot of people do.
Half trials and stuff.
Dave McShura said he loved Hunter Oaks the first time we saw them. We talked about those. Lots of people didn't like some of the early Hobbit models.
This is true.
And then changed their mind, and he did fall in love with the sculpts when he saw them.
And?
Then he hated them for a while whilst painting them. Then came back around again and loved them. Then hated the finished models.
That's a great comment.
Yeah. But sometimes I like when we have a complicated relationship. It's like us.
Yeah, it is. It's outstanding comment, sir. I like that.
Dave McShura.
These are rubbish. Oh no, they're alright. Oh, these are horrible. Oh no, they're good. Well, please, no, these look rubbish.
Always good for a good comment, Dave McShura. Keep it up. And War had a good comment. He said that Great Beast of Gorgoroth should be included in the Marmite models. And he also said... we didn't mention Great Beast, did we?
No, that's a good shout. Because that was... I remember that came out for the source books, to sell the source books. And obviously it's a GW invention, but the Beast is from the thing called Grand.
Yeah.
But it's kind of like... I remember people having a negative reaction to that, but the Beast is straight out of the films. The orcs are just orcs. Yeah. And the Howded look... Yeah. I think it looks legit. Yeah. I think it could be straight out of Lord of the Rings.
Do you want that model?
Yeah, I do want that actually. I haven't got it. If you want to send me. Yeah.
If you want to upsell Damian,
the stuff that I don't really want to collect from Order Army, but the stuff I want from armies I don't want to collect is the really iconic things. So like we've talked about this before, I think I've got the Mummock in there and I've got the Watcher and I've got things. Now, I count the Great Beast in that, even though it's not in the film, which is interesting. I'm like, I want that in my collection because it's an iconic Lord of the Rings thing, but of course it's not. Yeah. But that's weird. Yeah. But I think GW.
But it's in the film in Grand, so.
Yeah, but I think they did a very good job of them.
But around.
Have you seen that? Have you seen the Grand in the War of the Ring? It's incredible, isn't it?
It's in the Old White Dwarf as well. So yeah, and he said, "Watcher in the Water is for sure is top Marmite." Very good.
Yeah, I could agree with that. The Watcher's a good one. Yeah.
Cool. And then we talked about the future of the game.
And wouldn't you know it, this was divisive. Yeah,
which we said it would be. So yeah, so the HGL Hobbit Tabletop Liga said they disagreed slightly with some of our comments. I mean, yeah, we weren't deliberately trying to be negative. I think the key thing that we wanted to distinguish, or maybe we didn't do it well enough, is that we think the independent scene is amazing at the moment and bigger than it's ever been. Yeah, and that's all great. The issue we were wanting to get at is that when there's no models in the shops and you've got out of production models now being very expensive, like prohibitively expensive, it means that for new players it's very difficult to get into the game without stumbling across the independent scene and finding people who can point them in the right direction of what to get.
Yeah. That was it. Not that the scene's in any bad shape, but if the models aren't in the shops, how do people get exposed to the game?
And once the license stops and they stop, it's going to go up and up and up on eBay. And like we said, only the die-hard people are realistically going to be buying for those prices.
And that's what we wanted to get across. But I think the problem was we were very tired.
Yeah.
And so we might not have said that.
No.
We could have said anything, to be honest. It was very
late. It's always
it's not too late tonight, actually.
No.
It's 25 past 6 according to that.
That's because we hadn't filmed a tournament review.
Yeah, the tournament review, part 2 of the best event in forever should be really lively. Yeah. We did that first. And last week's Palantir we did after that. But yes, that was our kind of point. Independent scene, very, very good, but tricky to get people in once the models aren't on sale anymore.
So we'd agree with their comment that SBG has never been more alive. In terms of the independent scene, yeah, absolutely.
It's
in terms of GW, in terms of GW, definitely not.
Yeah.
They've said that they don't care whether GW drops the game or not, as I'm absolutely sure another company will come along and take up the license, which is a kind of a separate thing, really, because then you'd imagine that'll be a different game.
Yeah, the license isn't for that set of rules. The license is to produce miniatures based on the film.
Yeah, I mean, which they're aware.
Wargaming models.
Because they then said the only problem I see is getting hold of the rules. That's something where we as a community need to find a solution for.
Right, so they're suggesting that another company just make the models.
Just makes the models, yeah.
Comes and buys the license
some models,
and makes Lord of the Rings a staple. Well, maybe, but then I don't know. I don't know the financials of these things, but I don't think it'd be worth it.
No, and if you're a company though and you're doing it, you'd probably be one that's already producing other models, as in you'd imagine if it was going to be any company, it'd be one that does models now, and then they make it in a different scale to Games Workshop because they want it to be distinct. Yeah. So they'd probably make it smaller models, or
yeah,
you'd imagine.
I know a lot of the people who watch this are like of a similar age to us. I don't know, we're a different age. But if any of you are thinking about this and are below the age of 20 and maybe don't quite remember what it was like when Lord of the Rings came out, it was huge. It's not comparable to The Hobbit at all. Like, it's hard to get across just how big the merchandising was for Lord of the Rings. It was everywhere. It was huge displays in Smiths and
like when
Toys
Harry
R Us.
Potter, they both kind of came out at the same time. There was Harry Potter and Lord of the Rings, and they just
you had the action figures, the bigger action figures, just rows and rows of them in Toys R Us, and that is important because when the films were out, this was a huge cash cow. So it's worth a company like GW with their resources doing it. Now, I don't think given the money you'd have to pay for the license, it's probably not worth a smaller company making it when they don't have the films to do it. But I could be wrong, mate. As I said, I don't, maybe the license will cost less when there's no films out because they know it's less appealing. Yeah. And someone like Warlord Games or something picks it up and goes, you know what? Because they've got licensed stuff. They've got Judge Dredd and the Terminator one on there. Yeah. But yeah, maybe maybe someone will, and then just keep making those models, and we can keep buying them for this existing game, perhaps. Yeah.
So yeah, but yeah, I mean, in terms of keeping the rules going as well, that's kind of a separate discussion. You talked, you said before about Blood Bowl and things like that, where it's a community-run thing.
Yeah, which GW have given over and are fine with. Like it's called the Living Rulebook, I think, for Blood Bowl.
But I think for that it may be slightly different in that it was their intellectual property to start with, so it's for them to say, do what you want if you want to keep playing the old game, whereas because I guess it's still semi-promoting their company because it's still their old stuff.
Yeah.
But if it's the Lord of the Rings, then they've got the issues of the legal stuff.
Yeah.
Like they can't necessarily say, keep using our rules. I don't really know how that works.
I'm sure you're right.
Because we've not just got Games Workshop to say, that's fine, it's New Line and whoever it is, Warner Brothers. So okay, Guffer, or however you pronounce it, I don't never know, Anacron 39. If GW wants to keep the license, then they have to produce a certain amount of products a year. That was their comment.
I don't know if this is true. This is, I'm not disagreeing with you, you might well be right, as ever on the Palantir, everything is only our reviews have been. But I think as far as I'm aware, everything anyone knows about the license, they've learned from a forum on the internet where someone has been repeating something they've known about the license.
Or a GW employee.
Yeah, not from the studio.
Yeah. And
the license expired, some people are now saying it expires next year, which is 2016. For ages it was shouted about that it was 2017. They talked about it being a while back that it had been extended to 2022. I don't think anyone knows.
No.
Anyone, like, people are talking about it because it's a rumour that gets enough traction, but we don't know. There's no confirmed source from anyone, or that I've ever seen. As I said, just my opinion, but no firm source where everyone's going, I know from someone at the studio, they said this is it. It's never that. It's just, oh well, hasn't it been expired till, oh yeah, I think it's for 3 years after the last film, so that's 2017 and all this sort of stuff. And it's the same with this. The idea that they have to produce models every year might be true, but equally it might not be true.
Yeah.
No one knows.
And I think, we had that rumour where it was definite that the source books were going to be reprinted. And then they went.
And then, no. And I think now that's pretty clear they won't be able to. So, I don't see that. I don't see them doing that. Personally. And if that is part of their license, then yeah, they will. But equally, maybe their license, maybe the whole reason everything got scaled down, as it clearly did for the last 2 films, was they renegotiated the license. Yeah. At that point, maybe they did go, we'll do this, we'll release something for each film, and then we'll keep selling it. Maybe that's their license. But the point is, I don't know that. But as far as I'm aware, no one knows either way. So it's all just speculation.
Yeah. Yeah. Joe Donahue said the game continue if other companies made the miniatures, so yeah, we kind of...
Same sort of thing, yeah.
Same sort of thing, yeah.
GBHL.
Samuel King asked whether GW will extend the licence, so yeah, again, we don't know.
Probably not, I don't think they will.
War said, just got a few people in, I guess, to their gaming group, they're now about 20.
This was like a success story.
Yeah,
new group
that is really good. And they're saying we all know the score, but we're also committed to the game and we have enough models to last us for a long time. We're also open to making house rules down the road to breathe some new life into the game if it comes to that.
All of which is brilliant.
Yeah.
I mean, every now and again I start to think at the rate I'm painting how long my backlog will take me.
Yeah.
And I stop because it becomes very, very scary.
Same for me.
I genuinely...
I'll be retired.
Yeah. The rate I'm painting with, if I wanted to paint everything, I would, assuming that, I don't have children that take away my time, which fingers crossed, will be. It's like, I might never paint these. Why have I got these
you
models?
could get an army of children.
I could. This is my 10-man child army again, to paint them all. So yeah, like, a lot of people have got a lot of those models, to last us. I think we're alright.
Yeah.
And like I think David Reed said, as long as there's a few tournaments a year, he does. He didn't mind if it wound down as long as there's a few tournaments.
He also had an interesting comment saying that he's pleased that the game's no longer supported from a rules perspective because he likes the rules the way they are.
I completely agree with this. He mentioned Age of Sigmar. He said they can't just Age of Sigmar us.
Yeah.
It's completely true. It's the same reason I love War Master and Warhammer Quest, because I played that, I don't know, 5 years ago, 10 years ago, 15 years ago. If I pick it up, it's the same. If anyone else is playing War Master and I meet them and say, oh, do you want a game? They're playing the same version of War Master. And yeah, I like that. As much as there's a few things you could fix, I think getting the Hobbit rules was brilliant. Yeah. Because it breathed new life into the system.
And it was just a few tweaks here and there.
And now it's like, I don't want another version of the Hobbit. No. You don't need another version of SBG.
No.
I think.
So yeah, some very good comments from everybody on that topic.
Thanks.
Cool. Some more other comments. Nova Open, we are going soon. We've still not decided on armies.
You in particular?
Yes, and we're trying to...
Jamie giving us decide between 2 lists.
Yeah.
We were having a look today.
Which will then be thrown away in a few weeks' time and he will build more lists.
Absolutely.
Knowing Jamie. But yeah, we're also planning what back reps we're going to do with the DCHL guys, and we won't give any spoilers away on that. But
they will have models.
They will have models in, at least one model on each side. Yeah. And they should be exciting and cool to watch.
And we're trying to plan them in advance so that they're cool battle reports.
Yes.
rather than just like an American getting beaten up by a British person. It'll get boring after 4 videos.
Yeah. So, there was another suggestion of a list.
For Tom, yeah, because Tom's really up in the air. And I quite like this because this is from Dave McShearer, and I've literally got all the books except the one I need. Good work. And he has suggested an army inspired by the Free People's Book, page 29.
Inspired by a page of the book.
And it's this picture. So you get the Necromancer and Galadriel.
Cool.
It is this photo here
Nice.
of an army of Galadrim up on a hill.
I quite like that, looking at a picture and doing an army from it.
Yeah, I bet you do. It's right up your street. And so, what he's offering you is he's basically costed up everything that's on here.
Yeah.
Right. So you get new Galadriel. So he's bumped that up. You've got the war
nice.
aspect here, but he's giving you Lady Light. It's pretty good. Rumil with 6 Galadrim warriors with bow and 3 guard of the Galadrim court. Haldir with armour and bow. 7 Galadrim warriors with shield and spear. I mean, you've got this.
Yeah.
This is you all over.
Yeah.
A Galadrim captain with elven blade. 4 Galadrim warriors with elven blade and shield. 3 Galadrim knights with elven blade and shield. 1 Galadrim knight with banner and 2 Galadrim knights with bows.
And it's how many points?
That comes to 807, but he then says drop the storm. Oh, I see. Yeah. So what he's done is that's 807 points if you took everything in here.
Yeah.
But he's ditched the Stormcaller and the Banner who are in the tower up here. So he hasn't included them.
Okay.
And that comes to something like 697 or something.
Okay, perfect.
So that's about 700 points. So you're looking 7, 10, about 30 models. 700 points. Not great.
No.
You've got 6 knights in there.
Yeah.
An unnamed captain. It's getting awefuller, isn't it?
Yeah.
They're all Galadrim, which I know you like. I think this is a great army to take to a UK tournament for you.
Yeah.
I think you should do that.
Yeah.
But it's just not filthy enough to beat up the Yanks.
But I like it.
Yeah, I don't care. You know that. But yeah, you'd probably do well with it. I imagine it's the sort of army that you would. No, you got Galadriel in there if you come up against.
Yeah, I know, but the numbers are what are going to do you at that. I think.
Yeah.
Well, the numbers, given that you've not really got that much to.
Unnamed elven captain. Never will I. But and no Legolas, obviously.
Yeah.
But
it'd be alright.
I think you should take this to maybe
I've got all the
Longbottom.
models. Yeah, I've got all the
Have
models.
you got the knights painted?
Yeah.
Maybe we should take it to Longbottom. So he likes the idea, but we're not going to let him take it to the States.
Yeah.
Because it's not good enough. But yeah, it's a good idea.
Yeah. So yeah, cheers for that, Dave Mitchell.
Yeah, and well, you're right. Like going through the source books and taking an army based on that is a good idea.
Yeah. And Warlord gave us some touristy advice, so thank you very much for that, Warlord. And we do need to book a White House tour.
Yeah, a day in DC and a day in Arlington.
Yeah.
Recommended.
Yeah, was it? Yeah. And was it Jeremy Smith who suggested the White House tour that we had to book?
They both did.
They both did.
Jeremy Smith, I think, had put the note about having to book it in advance.
Yeah.
For sure. Yeah. So thank. We're not going to read that through.
Yeah.
It's not really relevant for everyone else. But thank you for the tips.
Yes.
Great things to do. And yeah, I'm very excited.
Yeah. Okay, other comments. We were a little confused by Johan Gali's comment. So, yeah. Johan's from Malta, right?
Is that right?
So,
yeah.
But he said if you watch the film closely, you will spot the legs, as his comment. Now, I'm sure that is referring to something in the last episode, but it's gone way, way over us.
Very tired. The problem is
we have no idea what we were saying.
You have a better idea about what's in the Palantir than we do, because we recorded last Monday. It's now to us the following Monday, so it's been a week. Whereas you saw it on Friday, and we don't watch it again. Once we, we can't sit through this twice. It just goes out to you, goes out into the world. So, you guys, by all means, can you help us out?
Yeah.
If you watch the film closely, you will spot the legs. What is that about? I've got no idea. But please, this one really intrigued us.
Yeah.
There was also a comment that things that confused us from something of Zinch and something of Slaanesh that said, "I'll ship it."
Yeah.
No idea.
A Freddo? He'll ship a Freddo?
Someone's going to ship it to us? I don't know. So those 2 comments we have no idea about. Sorry.
Oh, no, wait. Didn't I say about the board not coming over? I said I made that ridiculous comment saying we should take a Smaug instead of a board from Nova if we win it.
Yeah.
Take the Smaug back.
Yeah.
And then sell the Smaugs so that we can pay for the guy who makes the board to come over.
Is that Right Wargaming? Because it wasn't Right Wargaming you put the comment.
But maybe that's his personal one.
Oh,
I'll
possibly.
ship it, as in I'll
You'll
ship the board.
Oh, possibly.
Or it could just be a random comment saying I'll ship it.
Yeah. I don't know. But if that is you, it's Alex, isn't it? Alex Wright. Thank you for that. But yeah, more context. We're always very tired.
Yeah.
We have no idea whatsoever. Every time Tom says, "What did we talk about last week?" I have no clue. So please,
unless you've done the comment review.
Yeah, please give us some context. But thank you.
Yeah. Cool. Oh, and Phoenix 9999 Rising asked us where to find info on tournaments, and he
was helped out.
Josh Triffitt.
I think.
Yeah, so thanks for that, Josh. But yeah, you need to be on Facebook really, because that's where everything's kind of stored on the Great British Hobbit League Facebook page. If you then go to the pinned post, all the information is in there, and there's
you have to request to join the group.
Yes.
And then someone will approve you.
An admin will approve you, and then there's a standings spreadsheet and there's a PDF doc of the upcoming tournaments.
Yeah, it's a very swish schedule. You've done alright there. I like it. It's all colour code. Probably did a spreadsheet.
That one's in Word.
You do everything in spreadsheet.
Yeah, spreadsheet's good.
I thought you wrote all your emails in spreadsheet. Word in every what are they called? Box. What box is it called? Cells.
Yeah,
the word per cell.
And Barry O'Neill had a comment on Facebook that resonated with you.
Absolutely, where he said that he read it out? He wasn't on Facebook for 6 months. That was it. Went for his first tournament, and now he uses Facebook almost exclusively for that group, and that's very similar to me.
Yeah, I'm pretty similar to me, to be honest.
Yeah, I mean, I do it a bit, and I post the odd thing and update my status, but I'm on Facebook every single day.
Oh yeah, you're chatting about Jurassic Park and Wimbledon.
Sometimes Jurassic
I blocked you on my newsfeed.
Did you? Good. Thanks.
So that opportunity was too
good. Yeah, it's always good to be unnecessarily hurtful. Yeah, and I certainly use it. 95% of the pages I go to are notifications are all from The Hobbit. I talked about this in my article for issue 2 of SBG, that it was something like when you look at my inbox, Facebook inbox, of the last 50 chat messages, I think 3 of them were from people nothing to do with The Hobbit, which is terrifying. That's really odd, I think. Yeah. Like that Facebook has almost become like the One Ring for me. It's become like a wargaming forum.
And then when you look at your email during SBG editing time, it's all me.
Yeah, it's always
so you just can't escape from wargaming.
Absolutely. And who would want to?
Computers all wargaming. Cool. Topic then for this week was suggested by...
Have you done Haldane?
Yeah, that was... No, that was what... I thought I'd done it. That was the... That was the one that I was going to segue to before I realised that I was going to take us away from the trivia question.
Okay, but crucially have not done it.
No, crucially have not done it. Do you want to do it then? Save me.
I just think he deserves it. So Haldane Urbanus says, I'm pretty new to the channel. So hello, welcome to the channel, thank you very much. And he says, I watched the Bat Reps and decided to binge watch everything on the channel, which is awesome. Very well
Battle companies, I'm sure.
You would hope so. He said, the Palantir probably tops them all. One show to rule them all, and in hilarity bind them. Thank you very much. It's very sweet of you. PPS, watching them in playlist means they're in reverse chronological order. So, like Merlin, I've left comments as I progress backwards through time. So I don't know if this now means we need to go back to the old Palantirs.
Yeah, we'll have to go and look through.
Welcome to the channel. Thank you so much. It's great to hear you enjoying it. But we, as a rule of thumb, we don't look at old videos. So by all means, comment on them. It's very much appreciated. Please watch them, and it drives our likes and views up. But we're unlikely to see your comments.
We won't usually mention them. I occasionally flick back through the playlist to see if there's any new comments. I did do... because I was looking through to see how many views the show's got, because it's weird how we kind of have a jumps, I guess, for the ones that have have had enough time for people to watch it, so not the week following, but we generally get about 600 to 800 views, you'd say.
for
But
Palantir,
episode 1 is now over 1,000.
Was it?
And I don't really know what triggers.
Was that the one without you in it at the start?
No, at the very, very start.
Probably a lot of people clicked on that thinking you weren't in it. And then when, from episode 2 onwards, when they realised you were, they just turned to like 200 people off. Oh, that's that explained.
But yeah, I had a point to this, and you've just taken it away.
Call that 1-all, yeah?
Yeah.
You were saying that was on now 1,000 views.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is cool. But yeah, I don't know whether people are going back to the original one and clicking on this.
Oh, what, so finding this, saying that was quite enjoyable, let's go and watch the other ones. Yeah, maybe.
But the reason I was going to segue to this earlier from Freddo's was that if you're watching this in reverse order, you must be absolutely baffled by things like the Freddoing of Facebook and the T-Toast.
All the gibberish.
But then when you get back to the original, it's like,
and the first one will probably be relatively sensible.
Yeah, the first one doesn't even have the Palantir.
Doesn't it?
I don't think episode 1 has the Palantir.
Oh my god.
There's
so sweet and naive.
It does have a sketch though.
It does have a sketch, and thus we cursed ourselves forevermore. So yes, there you go, welcome to the channel. We hope you enjoy it here. It's nice.
Yes. And if you're commenting back through old videos, I guess a prompt would be to comment in the most recent one to kind of say I'm doing that. And then it might jog us.
Yeah, I'll just put your comment in this one.
Yeah. But to be fair, we can't remember what we talked about last week, so if you're commenting on something that we talked about 4 months ago, we're in trouble.
Don't put, good point guys, I completely agree, do you still feel the same? So we're like, yes.
Okay, so topic for this week, David Whittaker has given us a nice topic, which is what, in your opinion, are some of GW's greatest triumphs and failures in terms of models and rules and fluff.
And we wanted to go with the triumphs, didn't we? That was kind of the interesting thing. That having talked about the Marmite models, which was quite negative, it was kind of what don't people like a lot of the time. It was now trying to find the positives in what GW have done.
Well, we can still be negative.
Oh, well, you got some negatives?
Yeah, I've got some negatives.
No, fair enough.
Well, basically, we thought we'd use this as an opportunity to talk about the models that GW have made up.
Mm-hmm.
Not from the point of view of they've made up the aesthetic because it's in the book but not the film, but pretty much pure GW creations.
There's a few that are mentioned in the book but are clearly not these.
Yeah.
And GW have
taken more fluff than they...
Yeah, have taken that name as the name of something and given it an appearance.
Yeah.
So yeah, where do we want to start? We've had a flick through the books and had a look.
Pick a
book up?
Yeah.
Okay.
Book number 1
is the Free Peoples, and
you should. And when is the Free Peoples Week? That's
not happened yet.
That's not happened yet.
It's coming up. So we have Woses.
Because they got about halfway through, didn't they?
Yeah, so half the videos are filmed. Yeah, we've got Great Eagles, Ents, and Woses, which are all.
Yeah, they're all fine.
They're all fine. We have lots of. We're thinking about warriors, aren't we? Really?
Yeah, and there's heroes as well.
Yeah, but there's a lot of source books.
Yeah, but you're looking for made
You've
up
got
stuff.
Hobbits, Paladin, Lobelia.
Yeah,
they're all
up.
Extrapolated. Durin's folk.
Mm-hmm.
So this is Durin's folk are vastly expanded, and actually, I think David Whittaker says he likes Durin's folk as a as
no, he
his
said
victory.
he was saying that talking of Marmite models, I don't think of anyone who dislikes Durin's folk models.
And broadly speaking, I think it's fair to say, ballistas, Khazad guards, iron guards, vault wardens,
dwarf
rangers,
they're
pretty much all GW inventions. Yeah, these things may well have been mentioned.
Oh yeah, but they're all,
And it was GW's first original race.
Yeah,
really, wasn't it? Because it was the first expansion, Shadow and Flame.
Yeah.
So and they're great. Yeah, they are good. The models are good. We like these.
Yeah, I mean, Iron Guard and Khazad Guard have definitely stood the test of time because they were they both came. It was the Metal Dwarf Warriors, the Khazad Guard with Balin in that set, and Iron
was a
Guard,
box, wasn't it?
and you could get a dwarf archers or dwarfs with 200 weapons or dwarfs with a axe and shield.
But yeah, and then you get things like the King's Champion, Shield Bearer, and so as we said, there might be reference to during having a King's Champion, but that's not enough.
No.
That's what we're saying. GW have taken that and then given it.
Murin and Draw made it. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, Floyd's not. Floyd's named in the book.
But again, is he meant to be?
He's named as a lore master. He's part of the expedition, isn't he? As memory serves.
Oh yeah, he's part of the fluff with Owen. Is it Ori and Barlin?
Yeah, Ori, Owen, and
Barlin.
So yeah, we like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think overall, yeah.
That would be a big victory.
I think they feel Lord of the Rings.
Yeah, there's nothing too crazy in this.
You know, you've got a ranger troop for the dwarves. Okay, fine.
There's nothing like gyrocopters or flame cannons like from fantasy.
You've got Khazad Guard instead of like the Fountain Court Guard, and I think that's all fine.
So now we're into Merc and Lothlorien. And we get Guard of the Glathrun Court.
Yeah.
Wood Elf Sentinels. And then I think we'll allow Wood Elves, Glathrun Warriors, leaving Glathrun Knights, not just Glathrun Warriors. But Guard of the Glathrun Court and Wood Elf Sentinels. They're new.
I think they're cool.
Was it who didn't like them? David Whittaker? Didn't like the
Glathrun Court.
See, I think they're gorgeous models.
They just look like they look like regal Glathrun. I think that's fine.
Absolutely.
And you'd expect there to be a kind of
a guard of the Glathrun Court.
Well, yeah, exactly.
Absolutely.
So I don't see a problem with that. The bodyguard of the leaders.
Yeah, I think they're really nice models.
And the Sentinels are cool. They're just like scouts, I guess.
Yeah.
I think that's fine.
That's a clever little way of broadening out the army list. A nice, without going too crazy. Kind of gives them spells without making them magic.
Yeah.
Speaking of, we have the Stormcaller.
I didn't like this at all when it came out.
I agree.
I was like, what? Why? And I hate the model as well.
That's what he's saying. Can you do Ian McKellen doing a Stormcaller? Strong. Yes, they can do cool winds and nature's rush. So they can do kind of elvesy spells.
Yeah, it's just annoying. It's like, why?
It's a bit
Warhammer, yeah.
There's no mention of them in the kind of film. There's no real reason you need them.
Yeah.
So we would say
Cold
no.
winds, and it's like the Shadow Lord put no.
Yeah.
So that's the first no.
First no. We've got Thranduil, Rumil's fine. He's mentioned.
He's like whatever Haldur's.
Yeah, brother. Galadriel.
I think Haldur's brother's name's something different in the.
It's not
in the books, isn't he? But
it doesn't begin with O, does it?
Yeah. I think it says in.
Rumil's mentioned. I'm sure he's mentioned.
Yeah. But I think Rumil's fine. The thing that annoys me slightly about Rumil is just that he's like you'd take him over some of the more well loved heroes.
Is he too cheap? Is he top 10 cheap?
Well, no, he's not top 10. I don't think. But the issue is because his rules.
Didn't read that article.
His rules should be worth more than 5 points.
Right. Okay.
Which isn't factored into.
Yeah, he's horrendously cheap.
The calculation.
Okay. Then we got High Elves, High Captains.
The
Stormcaller again. Glorfindel, Arwen, Dan Elrhill, Gil-galad, Erestor, Círdan, Elrond, and Elrond. Yeah, so there we go. So we like dwarves.
Generally, like dwarves, and we generally like the elves apart from the Stormcaller.
Yeah. Numenor.
Not expanded.
Good. Numenor. It's like they don't.
You could make a list from the picture though.
You could make a list from the picture.
What would it be? Oh no, it'd be.
You'd take Isildur. You'd take Elendil. You'd take a captain of Numenor.
And then just Numenorians.
And then Numenorian warriors. Yeah, strong. We've got a range. The Warriors of Arnor.
Yeah.
They're obviously Arnor's in the books.
Yeah.
But that aesthetic's a GW.
Yeah, that aesthetic. That is a. I can't. I'm not overly keen on the aesthetic, and that would be why I don't have the models.
It's not bad though.
No, I don't dislike them. I'm just I wouldn't. It didn't compel me enough to buy them.
3+.
If you Saruman.
Cool.
What's my half movement?
1 inch. Then we've got Rangers of Arnold, which is fine.
Yeah.
They're Faramir's Rangers, but then extrapolated into
Yeah, I think that's fine. You get Rangers.
Ranger of the North, Halbrand, Dinadane, Aragorn, Eldam, Nilrahir, Captive Arnor, Arathorn, Malbeth the Seer.
Who is?
He's in there.
Yeah.
He's one of the top 50 mentioned characters in Lord of the Rings, isn't he?
Oh, would you?
Is it Malbeth in there as well?
I don't think Malbeth is, no.
But yeah, he has the gift of foresight, so apparently he can have fury for a fury.
So
no, stop it.
I think I don't really mind him in the list, but his rule is a little
It was
annoying.
from David Whittaker. It was fluff and rules. It was fluff, models and rules.
It's the rules that frustrate me a bit here. I think the model's fine, to be honest. I mean
Model's alright.
Yeah.
But it's putting him in. It's
the making.
It's not a good, capital G model.
Yeah.
Like rule, Power Fury.
Yeah.
So I'm not a fan of that.
No.
Because he's like an Alfred, isn't he? You just dump him behind any old good army. It's like, oh great, you've got him.
Yeah.
Rohan, Rise of Rohan, Warriors of Rohan, Rohan Royal Guard, Rohan Outrider, fine.
Yeah, I mean it's just a scout essentially. Sons of Ale.
Sons of Ale.
GW Creation?
Yes. Ops. Again, I'm sure in the list before someone says, I'm sure that in the book somewhere it says Ale had a bunch of sons, or like he had some elite guards or something like that. But they are.
That doesn't give them 2 attacks.
They're invented by GW to make the list more powerful.
Yeah.
The models are cool. I'm not
Models
hating on the models, but I hate them because
just annoying.
They make it taking Rise of Rohan Royal Guard a bad thing. You might as well. You're better off taking all Sons of Ale.
Yeah.
And I don't like anything like that.
No. Says the man who plays Isengard.
Well, I don't have to like it to do it. Do as I say, not as I do.
But yeah, the other frustrating thing is that they never came with foot models.
Yeah,
which is just a bit annoying.
I would rather, like Theoden had a rule that gave all Rise of Rohan 2 attacks.
Yeah.
Something like that. So then you're still using the Rise of Rohan aesthetic.
Yeah.
But just inventing an expensive metal model to make your army better is what GW in a lot of places did very wrong.
Yes.
I think.
Yes.
King's Huntsman, that's an GW version.
Yes.
I like that.
Yeah, I like it.
Cool model.
Yeah.
Cool rules.
Yeah, and he's not particularly overpowered.
Yeah. I even like Ale, because I mean obviously Ale's right, but they've, he's in the books, but they've made him, he's a cool profile.
They've got his aesthetic, yeah.
And
I think he's cool, yeah.
And obviously to sell that, they then put the Sons of Ale with him.
Yeah.
Erkenbrand.
Yeah, he's in the
book.
And he's meant to be good.
Yeah.
I think he's obviously...
The model's stunning, if we're talking about models, because that's a GW original model. The model on foot is one of my favourite models.
Yeah, they did really well with the aesthetic.
Grimbold,
that's
cool.
Fine with the aesthetic.
Hammer, Theodred, okay.
Yeah, they're all fine.
Ooh, the fiefdoms.
Yeah. So they, I mean the fiefdoms are there in the book, but not in the film because we have the Army of the Dead instead.
And the Axemen of Lossark and Clansmen of Lambden, are they named? If they are, again, it will be like I think they're not described as this. So these are GW
because the Klansmen they've made all Braveheart like with the big 200 swords.
They're like the Scots that you have.
Yeah. I don't know. I like these miniature versions.
Yeah, it's the tiny versions.
I don't like the actual
because you can trample
Scots.
all over them with your bigotry. But this is one of where I think Lord of the Rings got to its most cynical. I've said this before, but for the Return of the King Journey book, the first 2 Journey books are kind of balanced between the books and the film. The Return of the King Journey book is heavily balanced on the book, and it seems to exist to sell you new metal models that aren't from the film. Yeah, I think, and it was all these things: Clansmen of Lambden and Axemen of Lossark.
I mean, I've got some. I quite like fiefdom armies, but more because you don't really see them very often.
I think the models are good, but
Klansmen are good.
I'm not particularly drawn to them. It feels a bit to me like a kind of Dogs of War army for fancy, having a unit of these and a unit of these, and they're all different and they all have their own captain. Yeah. Like the Backview Vale Archers and the Clansmen and the Axemen. And I don't like. Obviously, Donald Roth isn't made up by GW, but I don't like the aesthetic. Yeah. It's the helmets for you, isn't it? And all the wings. They're too high fantasy for me.
It doesn't work because they have these weird armour bits that stab them in the legs,
Mm.
don't they? You'd never be able to run.
The Knights are nice.
But
The Knights are
I
good
really
models.
like the mounted plastic kit for the Dol Amroth Knights.
Yeah,
I
they
really
are
think
nice.
they're great, and because I want to do a Fiefdoms army at some point way down the painting pile, but what I'd do is I'd have just Dol Amroth mounted
Mm.
with the other stuff, so the foot ones would only appear if the horses die.
Yeah.
I think the pikemen are fine, they're more understated.
Have you got the guys on foot? Because aren't they hard to find now?
Yeah, I've got...
Yeah, the mounted ones are nice, but I don't like the ones on foot.
I've got enough to act as dismounts.
So then we get Forlong, Amble and Dunhere to lead those three
Yeah,
units.
I hate Dunhere. It's just an awful model.
Yeah. It looks like a tramp.
They could have done so much better with a ranger captain.
And also, for someone who constantly shoots at monsters' eyes, he doesn't have any eyes.
No.
Anyone ever noticed this? Look at that model.
Yeah, it's awful.
It's got no eyes.
But yeah, because there's a really good in the
Look at
old
that, Captain of Dol Amroth. That's straight out of Warhammer. God rest its soul.
Yeah. Well, it's not even a cap. Is that one the captain, or is that just
Is
a
that just a
normal?
normal knight? See, those are the ones I really don't like. I think they're horrible.
Yeah. But yeah, the Dunhere, there was a really good model conversion in the big blue hardback rulebook of Aragorn. They chopped his head off and had a ranger, or put a hood and the cover over his mouth, and that was a really cool model, giving him a bow and sword. They could have done so well with a ranger captain.
Cool.
And that's probably one of the profiles on a different topic that I wish they'd put in, a ranger captain.
Mm.
Not having a ranger captain is just annoying. Same with an Army of the Dead captain.
Cool. So yeah, I'm not overly fussed about fiefdoms. I think I think it's one of the more cynical lists.
I like Dol Amroth being there. Imrahil and Dol Amroth is good to be there. You need that there.
Yeah.
I think from a book perspective, less so the
individual units.
Yeah, the others, but I think they're fine.
Okay.
Dunhere annoys me a bit.
On to Gondor. Avenger Bolt Thrower.
Yeah, that's
fine. I think.
But it's creative. But yeah, I think it's not
Yeah.
stupid.
Citadel Guard of the Fannin Court.
They're all fine.
Or Minas Tirith, Ranger of Gondor.
Don't know. It's a cat and Damian's.
King of Men, Knight of the White Tower.
Yeah, Knight of the White Tower is one.
I think that's cool.
I think it's cool. Yeah. I mean, it's just a.
Just a Gondor Knight, really.
It's just
isn't it?
essentially a captain.
Doesn't offend me.
Kyrion's fine. They've made up the aesthetic for Kyrion, but he's not too removed from the film, is he?
Yeah. Okay, and that is our kind of view on the Kingdoms of Men profile. And we're going to leave it there. We're just going to talk about the good profiles, as in with capital G. So those are what we like and what we don't like. So, favourite good invention?
Huh. Favourite one. I like... Depends how much of an invention they are. I like the Dol Amroth Knights. But are they an invention? Because they're quite heavily in the book. There's a pure invention.
The aesthetics and invention.
Yeah. Yeah, the aesthetics and invention. Okay, so I'll give the aesthetics to them. The rules... I like the King's Huntsman rule.
Mm-hmm.
I think he's cool. And then the actual made up thing.
Yeah, profile, or like having it, enhancing a list and
Yeah.
something kind of cool. What's the most Lord of the Ringsy thing? Maybe that's a...
The most Lords of the Ringsy thing that
Yeah,
they've added.
the best fit.
What have we gone through? The Galathrim stuff, Dwarf stuff. Maybe. Be one of those. I like the Sentinels. I'll go with the Sentinels.
I think possibly my favourite models are the Galathrim Court.
Okay.
I think they're really nice.
Yeah.
Really nice
I think
models.
they're great models.
The best enhancement I think is the Durin's folk stuff. I think
Okay.
have it turning nothing. Think pre-Hobbit.
Yeah.
No dwarf armies whatsoever in Lord of the Rings, and creating an entire army that feels like it's straight out of Lord of the Rings, and it's very
cool.
toned down.
And everyone loves it.
Yeah.
Like, loads of people have Durin's
And
folk.
still very good armies and good models that stand up well. So that's everything. The whole profiles, the aesthetic, and everything like that.
And is there a specific rule on it? Is that what we said?
Yeah, like a profile that I like Erkenbrand. I know he's in there, but I like that because they've got nothing to go on.
Yeah.
And that I like that they gave him a way of making the normal riders better.
Yeah.
He
just got
he
the
buffs
point
the army.
cost wrong. That's literally it.
He buffs the army in a way that I'd like to see like Faden do. I would rather you have cool heroes buffing your army than troop types filling in gaps.
Yeah. And then when the hero goes down, you lose the bonus.
Yeah.
And I like that.
Yeah.
There's a way of shutting it off.
Yeah. And the worst one for me, I think, of the ones we've been through would be Stormcaller.
Yeah, worst is Stormcaller from those.
Yeah. So there we go.
Definitely.
Those are our feelings
done here.
on...
Done here for the model, Stormcaller for almost second for the model, but for the...
It'll be the
feel. Yeah.
The Foot Knights of Dollar and Ross for me, for the model. The worst model. I really don't like those. The worst aesthetic. So yeah, there we go. Those are our thoughts on the Kingdoms Men, the Free People, so the good models. We're not talking about the Hobbit because, as far as really we can see, they haven't made anything up. They're all, all these things we're talking about happened after Return of the King came out in the expansion period when they're trying to fill out, which they obviously haven't done from the Hobbit. So all the Hobbit releases are actually in the films. Yeah. So those are our thoughts on the good profiles, and we're going to talk about the evil profiles next week. Yeah. What do you think? Let us know below. What are GW's best inventions? What are their worst inventions? Aesthetically, rules-wise, whatever you want.
Yeah, and if you talk about the evil one, then you've done our job for us next week.
Yeah, don't talk about evil. Yeah, spoilers.
Yeah, just the good.
Yeah, just the good for now.
And answer the trivia question.
Don't forget to answer the trivia question.
Shadowing of Facebook.
Okay. Go and get tickets for the next 3 events. And
we asked why we'd comment about Ashrak, and we've not yet. But we will do next week. And, can you guess why now?
Yeah. And go and support Jamie's Patreon page.
Yes.
So he can make even better content for you guys. So that's about it. We hope you enjoyed it, and we will see you next week.
Yeah, we also hope you've enjoyed Damian's t-shirt, which he's not showed off yet.
Mm-hmm. It's good. What, the fact I'm in a t-shirt or the t-shirt itself?
Or both.
I've been in a lot of t-shirts recently.
Yeah, I know.
No one's caught it. I think they've got over it. It's the hair and beards of the dwarves.
And their weapons.
And their weapons. There you go. What's on your t-shirt?
It's a football shirt.
Football? It is Wimbledon season, so.
Yeah, sorry.
But there we go. We hope you enjoyed the episode as always, and we will see you next week. Until then, don't forget to comment, like, share and subscribe.
Like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter.
Support your Hobbit hobby.
And happy strategy battle gaming. Bye.